the 1911, in service for over 100 years. Most firearm enthusiasts do have a special place in their heart for a 1911. If you've been following my channel, you know I've done reviews on dozens and dozens of different types of 1911s. I love them all. I first introduced this gun to the channel about 2 years ago, and boy, it got rave reviews from all of you. You guys, you like the scandium frame. It's great for gals too. Lightweight, really low recoil. It's got that bobtail. It's excellent for concealed carry. This is the E-Class scandium frame, the one you've seen on my channel now, or I've spoken about regularly and how much I love. So I've carried this the last couple of weeks, and I'm like, gosh, this thing is just awesome. And I went to the range last week and shot it and put 150 rounds through it perfectly. And then I decided I have an obligation to my audience and also to myself, because I want to know the difference in the Performance Center scandium frame Smith & Wesson and this E-Class. So here it is. Take a look at this and let me know if it knocks your socks off. This is first glance, just got it 2 hours ago, throwing it on camera, excited about it. It might cost you some money. Here it goes. Oh gosh, look at this baby. Turn it up to 1080p. And this Performance Center 1911 has a lot of goodies. The E-Class I just showed you is right at $1450. This is at $1560. So for that $110, what do you get? Well, you get a lot. In future videos, I'm going to do a detailed comparison between the E-Class and this Performance Center 1911 with the scandium frame. A couple of things that strike out right at you as soon as you look at the Performance Center is you see that slide. And we're going to talk about that briefly in this video. This is a first glance video. That slide, which is called Lightning Cuts. We'll talk about it. You got 3 on each side. I'll show you the other side here momentarily. And then what other thing that strikes out is those grips, those G10 grips. Beautiful, striking. And there's a lot of other goodies on this Performance Center 1911. This is my first glance video. I'm going to shoot it this week, compare the two, and then I'm going to really let you know the difference in the two guns. Right now, let's focus in on this Performance Center 1911. Let's take a look at the other side right now. This 45 ACP 1911 A+1 is absolutely beautiful. It is well thought out, high quality, and just striking. In person, this gun is striking. I know in 1080p, I'm sure it's striking to you on your screen. Commander size, very lightweight, less than 2 pounds. Grip is really awesome. The G10 grip, the frame is scandium, super high-end scandium. You put one little drop of scandium in this alloy and it turns it into a really strong compound like an aluminum baseball bat. We're going to talk about some highlights of this gun in this video. First glance, and the benefit I feel like right now is what I have for you, the audience, is I can compare the E-Class, which you've just seen, to the Performance Center, and you can make your best decision if you desire to purchase one of these in the future. Totally up to you, but I'm just excited to have both. And right now, I'm going to sit down, put up my hands, and you let me know what you think. You know, I'm a purist also. I like all 1911s, as you know. I like the older ones. I like these new sexy modern ones. I like them all. So let me know what you like in a respectful way, but you've got to agree that this is a sexy looking 1911. Let's move on. I'm going to put up my hands, and I think it's just gorgeous. I'm excited about it. Let me know what you think. Let's sit down and talk about it, and welcome to WeaponsEducation.com. let's have a discussion on the Smith & Wesson Performance Center 1911. It's a special gun, and let's just chat about it. It's in my hands now for just a few hours, and I like to do a video before I shoot the gun to give you my first impressions of it. The first thing that comes to everyone's mind when they see this gun is this right here. Tammy, please take a zoom in right here and take a look at what Smith calls the lightning cuts. And you can tell it's made by the Performance Center. I mean, it's really precision. A lot of people are going to say, take a look at both sides, safety check guns, that number one, this might allow a lot of dust or dirt and debris to get closer to the barrel. Well, we'll do some torture tests to this gun because I want to just blast this away. I want to carry it a lot and then talk to you about it. But before I do that, I have a pretty confident feeling from everyone I spoke about who owns this gun, and knowing the history of the 1911, that that is not going to be an issue. The 1911 is just, has such a history of being reliable that what Smith told me, the reason why they put these lightning cuts on this slide is to reduce weight. They want this to be the perfect carry gun. You know, we got the scandium frame, we got the rounded butt, we've got serrations, checkered serrations here I'll talk about in a moment, that are super sweet compared to the E-Class. And this is not a comparison video, but I'll mention a couple things during this video. They thought of everything to make this the perfect carry gun. But back to what they call the lightning cuts. One Smith rep said it's going to help with recoil, and then another rep said it'll help with muzzle flip. So is it a compensator? Is it not? I will make that decision. When I fire it, I'll look at the flames coming out of the gun. But right now, I like the fact that I have a lighter slide. I feel like the durability of the 1911 as a whole, the reliability is there. And I know when this gun went through the Smith & Wesson Performance Center, and the gunsmiths at Smith who I spoke to, and how they explained to me how they painstakingly built this gun, I really think this is a plus. We'll find out as we go down the road and do some comparisons between this E-Class right here and this Performance Center right here and this Performance Center versus other guns. It's going to be a lot of fun. It's all about fun. We're all in this together. We all like guns. That's why we're watching this channel. So I'm bringing to you some of the sweetest guns there are on the planet. Let me tell you about, no, just jump around here. Let's talk about the front of the grip here. This checkering is 30 lines per inch. Now you might hear that term like, oh, I don't know, 30 lines per inch. Well, you know, what does that all mean? And when I compare it to one that's not, the E-Class, I don't know the exact lines per inch here. It's not as tight. This just feels better in your hand. This is tighter. The back is tighter. You see the E-Class? Okay, the mainspring housing here. Let's move on to something else. Sights. Now, I must say I'm a little down on the sights because they are not night sights. For this kind of money, $1,560, they should have night sights. And the E-Class does have night sights. We'll get that swapped out real quick. And they are fixed sights. They're not adjustable sights. the government model, the 5-inch model of the Performance Center 1911 does have adjustable sights. So keep that in mind. The big thing about this gun and why competition shooters choose to use this, there's a female who is a competition shooter for Smith. I apologize, I forget her name. She just won a lot of tournaments, national champ, and all these different divisions using this exact gun. And she claims it's all because of the trigger. And this trigger is a 3.5-pound trigger. Now we know there's $3,000 to $4,000, $5,000, $7,000 1911s out there that come out at 3.5, 4 pounds, and that's their claim to fame. When you can pick up a Smith & Wesson Performance Center 1911 at 3.5 pounds. Very light, crisp trigger. Slide is like butter. Very tight. And take a look here, please, Tammy. Zoom in. I mean, that's how much play there is on the trigger. And you got bang. You've got serrations here on the back of your slide. Please zoom in close here. And that is sweet because that reduces glare. On the top of the slide, you've got straight line serrations right down here, which reduces glare. The top of the slide is also flat, which I like a lot on 1911s. It gives you a clearer view from your rear sight to your front sight, and it's not a rounded top for the 1911. That's a plus. All hand fitted. The attention to detail is second to none. We have, of course, the 1911 safety, okay, ambi. And I like that whether you're righty or lefty. I just like to know that my gun's in safe mode, visually looking at the gun, and sometimes I'm looking at different sides of the gun. So I like to have ambi safeties on my 1911s because I do carry all 1911s and all guns fully loaded, hot, ready to go. The oversized extractor, let's talk about that. It's huge. They've done that, and they've done a lot of other things to make this gun really special. Briley spherical bushing. That's $100 plus upgrade. So that right there makes the $100 difference between the E-Class and the Performance Center worth the money. And I will say right now, real quick, the serrations right here, that almost cuts my finger. I like that. That's really, really aggressive. You can tell that a human being put personal attention into these serrations to make them grip like that. Gosh, this gun is nice and tight. Whereas the E-Class is nice, but it's not as nice. And when I first got this, I didn't think you can get serrations nicer than this. But they did it with the Performance Center by that hand touch by the gunsmiths at Smith. I want to leave this video at that. The next video you're going to see is bringing the two of the guns to the range, comparing the two. I've got, I think, about 1,000 plus rounds through this. No issues. I've been carrying a lot lately, like I said. It's very lightweight. I wanted to step it up to the Performance Center and bring this to your attention. It's a benefit to you. I like to have it in my collection. Hey, if you're new to the channel, please subscribe. We have a lot of nice people here. I bring a lot of nice things to the channel. I work very closely with the NRA, fighting gun laws. We've made some huge achievements in the last couple of years. We've got a lot of battles ahead of us. As a matter of fact, I'm going to put the link to my NRA link so you can become a member. It's normally $35. It's only $25 through my link. Saves you $10. If you own a gun, you're not an NRA member, it's a little bit hideous, to be blunt. So I'll put that link below. Join the WeaponsEducation.com team. WeaponsEducation.net is our gun forum. That's all free. Jump on board with that. We're just all in this together. We just all want to make things better. And that's what it's all about. And I get excited when I see guns like this. I just wanted it for, of course, for my collection, and I wanted it for the channel to bring education to you about new products that are available. Throw in your comments. Is it too sexy for you? Maybe it is. Is it not traditional enough? That's fine, but we're all in this together. Guns are good, and I really appreciate everyone's kindness. You'll be seeing a lot more of this gun, and a lot more of this gun, and some comparisons over the next month and over the next few years. It's all good. Thumb up the video, share it, and all I have to say is thank you. I've really got a nice audience, and I really appreciate everybody. My name is Tom. Have a nice day.